Alright guys, so I've gotta wait for people to join this live. Alright, yeah, I gotta wait for people to join this live. Alright. So bro. Alright, already got 6 people in the live, that's probably enough. Alright, so hey guys, so I'm gonna start off this video by saying, is it just me, or, how good is y'all's memory? Or, because I want to find out if it's just me, or if it's, every person out there my age. So far, because I haven't really asked anyone yet, I'm going to, but, I haven't really, asked anyone yet. So this is probably, I'm still starting to think that maybe it's just me, but yeah, guys, so the reason that I was thinking about this, the summertime where we could hardly do shit back then, when the COVID-19 was around, that was 4 years ago. We all know that it was 4 years ago. Yeah, and also, there's a COVID-23 right now that y'all have been hearing about from me, and I've been hearing about from the news, but thankfully, it's not as strong as COVID-19. Otherwise, we're just gonna be on lockdown for the next 4 fucking years, and stuff like that. Anyway, but yeah, so the summertime, the June and July where we could hardly go out and do shit, was because I was basically back 4 years ago. So that was basically 4 years ago and stuff like that. And y'all are like, it waffle, why are y'all bringing this up? I was gonna tell y'all something about it. I'm getting a question in the chat. I'm confused. So, are you and Bargain Solar Records friends or enemies right now? Well, if I'm being honest with you, Bargain Solar Records has been pretty fucking harsh these past few weeks. So, I think him and I would say enemies right now. But when I turned 28, because he blocked the singer from the Voxes on TikTok when I'm 38. But I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm just gonna be old by then. He's probably gonna be retired by then. But yeah, at the time, as of right now, me and him would probably say enemies right now. Not like hitting each other or anything like that. But he has been pretty fucking harsh to me. So yeah. But yeah, so I was just looking at the chat to answer this guy's question. Anyway, back to the point. So the summer where the summertime in 2020, the June and July of 2020, where we couldn't even go out and do shit for the whole entire summer because of COVID-19. That was 4 years ago, and we do have the COVID-23, which is thankfully and surprisingly not as bad as COVID-19. But anyway, so yeah, basically, I'm gonna go through with y'all what we were doing in the summer of 2020, which was actually the summer of me going out of 5th grade and going into 6th grade. The fact that was 4 years ago, fuck. Anyway, so yeah, guys, the reason that I'm bringing back that time is I only remember a few things from it. I literally only remember a few things from it. Those things, one of them, this is actually the 4-year anniversary of this. It was either late June, late July. It was around this time of 2020. So we were we were on the mountains, and then, we went to my Aunt Kim's house, to where I filmed, it's actually, to my Aunt Kim's house, where I filmed the third video. I only had 3 videos back then. I filmed the third video of this YouTube channel at my Aunt Kim's house, which, all the videos with my high-pitched voice in there, Like I had to delete all of them because like I was just embarrassed, and also a cease and desist letter from just some neighbors across the street. And I don't know, like I honestly don't know how they were able to like legally send the letter to my house, but anyway, but yeah, yeah, that was around the time that I filmed the third video on this YouTube channel, which is not on here anymore, but yeah, so like we were, so like my Aunt Kim and Waylon, which they live down in Tennessee, me, my sister, and my parents, we were over there, and then so like we spent a night there. Me and Waylon were hanging out. So then the next day, me, my sister, my parents. Well, actually, I don't think Waylon was there on the first day. I think he came before we came back to my Aunt Kim's place. But anyway, so yeah, so basically, like, me, my sister, and my parents were just on the mountains the whole fucking day, and then, like, we were just looking at houses that my dad thought would be cool. I was blasting some Stroke shit, Interwave shit, and I'm like, I don't know what other bands I've been blasting. Like, I've basically just been blasting the Strokes and Interwave, like, like just all that types of shit. Anyway, but yeah, so basically, like, so like we were looking at houses that day. It was actually from day and to night. Uh, I got so like we were on the mountains, and then all of a sudden, my balls, like I mean, guys, like, YouTube, do not demonetize this video. Like, I'm just basically talking about like the few things that I even remember from the summertime and the pandemic, but yeah, so like, well, actually, my left, like, it started hurting so much, so like, like, my dad had to pull over because like it started making my chest hurting. I honestly don't know what started that, because like I was just riding with my family, like on the mountains. So then we had to pull over, and then I went on like the back of the road because no other cars were going there. Like, it was basically just the car we were riding in. I like threw up like on the road, like the side of the grass. And then like, we went back into my dad's car. So we were rushing me to the hospital, and then say, well, actually no, they were going like back to my Aunt Kim's to let her know that we were gonna be gone for a long time. But then they were telling me to hold on the best I can. I couldn't. I just threw up everywhere in the fucking car, and then yeah, and then like so then my dad was like, fuck it, I'll just call her. Let's just go ahead and take Phoenix to the hospital. So they did, and then like the doctor had to do like a bunch of tests on me. Like they had to do, they had to have a camera. Like they had to have a needle like right there. I know y'all can't really see it, but like the blue part of that, my doctor had to stick a needle right there, which was really fucking painful at first, but then it just had to get used to it. Like, really fucking painful. And then they had me pee in a bottle, which like I'm not gonna do it in front of the doctor. I didn't even want my mom seeing it, so they left me in the room alone, peed in the bottle. So then I say, okay, y'all can come back in now. But guys, this was when I was at the doctor. So YouTube, this happened when I was at the doctor. I'm basically just telling them all I remember from the summertime of the pandemic. So YouTube, please do not demonetize this video. But yeah, anyway, and also, so after that, they took the needle out of there. Really fucking painful. Hashtag really fucking painful. And then so like they were having me in a wheelchair. Because like I was afraid of shots back then. I'm not now, but like putting the in your blue parts, like, it's just too fucking far. But like, anyway, so they had me in the wheelchair. Like they had me in the wheelchair so like they could like carry me to like another room right there. And then they had to have cameras to look inside my body parts everywhere that was hurting, like my chest, the other two places. Yeah. Well, actually, the other one place, but I don't really remember that much. But anyway, they brought me back to the thing. They said, "All right, Phoenix, you're free to go. I hope you feel better." I said, "Thank you." So then like I was just walking, like I was drunk, cause like I could barely walk. I didn't even feel like walking, but like, and like they couldn't just carry me in the wheelchair back to my car. So like that was just a fucking nightmare. They brought me back to the car. And like the doctor came out to the car, told my mom, "All right, so here's Phoenix's results. He's not allowed to be out in the sun for more than 5 minutes, and he's not allowed to be on long car rides unless he's coming back to home, which I like not allowed to be on long car rides unless I'm coming back to home. I honestly don't know like how my body even thinks like that. But like it's just my brain cells are in my head, and then every other organ in my body is just to help me live, like is just to keep me alive. Um, yeah, and then the other thing I remember, my my grandfather did come over to our old house, the house that we lived in before this one, but yeah, but like only he had to wear a mask and we had to wear a mask around him, and like I'm like the only times I would really take my mask off is when I'm eating, drinking, sleeping, or when it's just or like when it's just burning up in the house. Anyway, like we were wearing masks. We went to the store. I think we went to the Big Lots in Monroe. I'm not really sure what that store was called, but me, my grandfather, my sister, my mom would go there an awfully lot. We like we were just purchasing. We were purchasing shit from there. And then like they bought my sister another bed. And then they bought me a bunk bed, which so it's like this was actually first. This was actually oh, and can y'all see it? All right. This is actually when I first got this bed. The fact that I've had this bed for 4 years now. I've had this exact bunk bed for 4 years now. This was where my grandfather bought this bunk bed. So yeah, so that time when my grandfather came over to my house was when was actually when we first got this bunk bed. And then like we had to have it out for the living room for the first few days. I was just putting Star Wars shit, like types of other stuff on the top bunk, me on the bottom bunk. But like anytime anyone wanted to sleep on the bottom bunk, why would they? No. I'd be sleeping. I sleep on the top bunk. The toys sleep on the bottom bunk, cause anytime y'all know in the movie Step Brothers, Will Ferrell and the other guy Dale was on top of the bunk bed and then crushed Will Ferrell, and there it was kind of like that. I was technically a little kid back then, and I was afraid that if a real person was on the bottom bunk while I was on the top bunk, that like the that the bed would just magically break and crush someone. Which anytime it was basically just me sleeping on the bunk bed. I had my toys on the bottom bunk and then me on the top bunk. So like my toys were basically on the bottom bunk while I was on the top bunk, and then anybody, like anytime a real person wanted to sleep with me, I'd sleep on the bottom bunk and they sleep on the top bunk. So like that way I wouldn't even like accidentally crush someone. But anyway, but yeah, and also shit, bro. Anyway, also yeah, and I'm like the bunk bed had to be out in the living room for the days. And then like that's basic. So that those are basically like the only things that that's the two stories I just got done telling y'all, which the bunk bed thing, I don't really know where that took place. I think the bunk bed thing I think it was like a little after the 4th of July, and yeah, I think it was like only 2 weeks after the 4th of July, and 2 weeks after the 4th of July in 2020. So yeah, also, yeah, like those are like the basically the only things that I remember from the summertime and the pandemic, other than making videos every fucking week. Other than making videos every week, um, those are the only two things I remember from the summertime and the pandemic, other than making 2 videos a week. But but yeah, so I mean, yeah, we weren't really able to like have fun then. Like we were basically supposed to just stay at home and stuff like that because of COVID. But yeah, I did play in the bathtub a lot with toys. Uh, but I did used to take baths a lot before videos, and you would even go in there without water running while like just playing with toys in there. But like that was back then. Like I don't even do that anymore. But yeah, like I mean that was for like an everyday thing in the past. But yeah, like other than making videos every week, those are the only those are the only two things that I remember from that summer. So like so like I know we weren't really supposed to be doing a lot back then because like COVID-19 was just a fucking pain in our asses. But I made this video to see if it's just me or if y'all only remember very little from the summer. So I'm about to end the video here. Y'all leave a comment down. Comment below if y'all remember very little from that summer too, or if it's just me. And also leave a like, share, subscribe, and I love y'all guys. I'll see y'all in the next video.